Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We have a little bit of a rundown as far as what the 5 items that were chosen, the ones that had the most votes for the 99-cent starting bid 7-day auction competition that is being put on by Bolo Buddies. Competition was a little bit surprising. I wouldn't say that it was particularly stiff because the ones that lost by a lot. I'm actually pretty surprised at what won, and I'm even more surprised at what got the most votes and how it just took off and took the lead. So I got my 5 items, and I'm going to drop those out for you. The first of the items, or the number 5 in the list, is the Beyblades. That's what we're looking at a screen of here. As you can see, I've got the auction all set up. I've got my pictures taken, I've got my description written out, my starting bid. I'm actually going 69 cents. There's a little bit of a story behind that, but I do like to start my bids out at 69 cents. I've written everything up. I actually took time to, in the item specifics, I take the time to write out as much stuff as I possibly can. Anything that could possibly be searched, I want it to be searched. So I have lots of stuff in my item specifics. I added in a little bit of a line about it being the Vote 99 or Vote Auction 99. I also put in the hashtag What Sold Auction 99. I'm hoping that more people will come or will check out all of the auctions that are in this competition. That was part of my thought process. The other part is that I hope that I can get some people to come to my YouTube channel. I'm not going to lie. I need views and I need subscribers. So anything that's going to be able to promote that, I'm going to put there. So I've added this line to every single one of my auctions. Listed them out, did a little bit of research so I would know what the keywords were going to be. Seems like these are going to be the big things. Then I wrote out a pretty good description of the item and told what all it was and how it's going to work and so forth. So if you want to go through and read the auctions, they're going live 8:30 my time, 6:30 on the East Coast, which I think is 9:30 on the West Coast. That way they will all end at those times also next Sunday night. I do have a method to my madness as to when I make things begin and end. I also add a few flavor things to my listings, as you can see. So that's our first item right there. I'm going to slide back up to the top of that. And you can see, first item is going to be the Beyblades. Second item, what was number 4, was the Superman statue. It's an Alex Ross Kingdom Come Superman statue. It's in the pewter or the silver color. I've got all my pictures taken. Again, lots and lots of stuff. I even added associated comics because I'm hoping that this thing can be found quickly and easily. Again, with the Vote YouTube or the YouTube Vote Auction 99 and the hashtag What Sold Auction 99 listing there, I pointed out that it was number 456 of 5,000, hoping that that draws a little bit forward also. Next thing we've got, the 1993 Marvel Masterpieces. This is what ranked 3rd in the votes. I have the full 90 card base set. I've taken pictures of the ones that seem to be selling for the most. I'm going to try something here. Hey, look at that. We can actually go through all the different pictures. So I will probably do that in just a second so that you can see all of them. So we've got the 1993 Marvel Masterpieces comic card set that's complete, and then I wrote out the characters that I think people might search for that might have the highest potential of people bringing people to this auction. Next thing we got, number 2. The second highest votes that I got in this thing were for this Bob Marley shoulder bag / purse, whichever one you want to call it. I have had this listed, I think, 3 times now in auction. So it's going to be very interesting to see what it sells for because I know what I had it priced for. It may go crazy. It may disappoint me terribly. But I am 100% sure it's going to sell. Again, I have all of the information here. I added in a few lines here. I actually said that all of these products have a great story because they're part of this competition. So there we go with that. The number 1 item on the list, what got the most votes by far, Well, not by far. First, second, and third place were all within one. But the number one item, the Star Wars collectible card game. This is the limited premiere edition of the card set. The big card in this set is the Darth Vader card. I'm a little bit surprised at what the value of the Darth Vader card is, because I remember these things being insanely difficult to get. So that's the number one item on the list. I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all of these back up so we can see the pictures. So we've got to go here, and we've got to go here, and we've got to go here, and we've got to go here. So the Beyblade Pictures, the way that I listed them out, the first thing I did is I took a picture that had every single thing in the auction, so that's the first thing you see. Then I've got a picture highlighting what the names of these particular Beyblades are. And then I did them two at a time, so it was big and huge so that everybody could see it on all four of them. Then I took a close-up of the actual Beyblade itself, so people can see what the Beyblade itself looks like inside the package. They can also see the launcher. They can see a little bit more detail on the package so they can see it. And I took a picture of the back. Normally, if I'm selling one piece at a time, I will zoom in and make sure that I have super clear pictures of all the writing so that everybody can see exactly what the item says. In this case, because I have so many, I generally don't sell stuff in lots, but because I have things in lots, I took one picture of the front, one picture of the back, and then I also made sure that I had pictures of all of the products together. So there's no confusion as to how many do I get, which ones do I get, what are the details about them, and so forth and so on. It should be easy to see on any of my items how many I have and what they look like and what it is you're getting. So we've got that, and that's the Beyblade, what it all breaks down to. I get to see it when people enlarge it on their computer, they can see. I try to highlight where the item is sealed by the factory and all that kind of stuff too. The next item that I had the pictures of was the Superman statue. Again, I've got a close-up. The reason for that is because it's supposed to be the picture that everybody wants to click on so they can see more. And then I've got a full straightforward shot. I've got one side, I've got the back, and I've got the last side. I also take the top. In this case, it was very important to get the bottom because that's where the faux signature is, as well as the numbering. Then I've got a close-up on the faux signature as well as the numbering. My certificate of authenticity and the art print that comes with it are inside a sealed envelope, so I've got that where I had to put a light behind it so it would show up bigger. Then I zoomed in on the autograph itself, and then I've got a picture of the box so you can see the condition of the box. I generally will take every single side of the box, a picture of every single side of the box, but in this case it's the product that's selling it more than the packaging. Everybody knows that this box, and I mention it in my description, that the box does have damage, or the box does have shelf wear, and that it shows wear, and that's done right here. So that's what we got for the Superman listing. The next listing, this is one I just discovered that we can go through. I got the sexiest picture I could find in the card set because I'm hoping that that will draw attention to the cards. It tends to be a male audience that buys comic book things, and men tend to chase women, so that's the logic there. The other one is the Venom, because the other secondary market, or the second largest market for comic book stuff tends to be kids. Kids love Venom. Then we've got a little bit of Deadpool action. Then there's huge success with the WandaVision show. So I have the Vision picture. I took a picture of the corners all the way down so you can see how strong those are. Oh, there we go. Let's see if I can enlarge that. So you can see that the corners on all of these cards are nice and crisp all the way down. Then I flipped them and I did the exact same thing. So you can see the corners all the way down this side also. So you get to see two of the four corners on every single card. Then the highest selling card in this set happens to be this particular Spider-Man card when it's graded. So I laid out 6 so you get a good wide view of all the different art styles and stuff like that that are there. And I tried to make it so that you could zoom on this specific card So you could grade this as best you can off of your views of the listing, just nice and tight there. So I've got that picture. Then I expanded on that, and I went in tight on the corners of this particular card. It's a little bit more blurry than I want, but if you look closely, you can see the little circle with the dot inside. I'm trying to point to my screen. That's not going to work out real well. But you can tell that it is an authentic card by that. I also zoom here. You can see the corner again, so you can see what you think it would grade out as. You can see a nice, good shot of the foil. You can see any flaws, what the edges look like, and all of that. And then, technically speaking, I have another shot of that specific card, the one that graded the highest. I did choose that on purpose so you can see the back side of it, how it is centered, and all of that kind of good stuff for somebody that might be looking for that specific card. Then there's another little shot showing the corner, damage or not damage, whatever the viewer feels like. So I wanted those to be a lot sharper, but you can tell by looking that the focus is on the corner itself, and then it loses focus as it goes to the body of the card. My thought process is that for a collector, they want to see what that corner looks like. They want to see what kind of condition it's in. They aren't particularly concerned with what the art is or anything along those lines. So that was my method to the madness on taking those pictures. Next thing we have is the Bob Marley thing. Bob Marley, I'd actually already taken pictures. As I said, I had this listed before. I always try, or whenever I can, I will take a picture with a dollar bill, because everybody knows how big a dollar bill is, and they can say, oh, it looks like this item is approximately $2 bills long, because they have a hard time figuring out what 13.5 inches is. But with a dollar on it, then they can see that nice and easy. They can also see the full product. Started off with a product without the dollar, so they get to see it nice and clean against my background. I chose red. There's a method to the madness on that. Take a picture of the inside with the patchwork, or the what's that called, screen printing, so that it authenticates it a little bit further. I take every side, every angle that I can of every product that I can, because I hate answering questions. All the tags, I always take pictures of the tags. If there's hardware, I try to take pictures of the hardware. Everything that I can possibly think, what is the buyer going to want to know? So there's the Bob Marley. The last thing, this was really tough. I took the pictures. They're a little bit blurry. They're sealed packages. The people that want cards want to know that the product is sealed. They want to be able to see that it is the one that they are looking for. In this case, you can clearly see limited edition 15 card expansion set. If they want to do that, it says the premiere on it. They aren't particularly concerned with the artwork as far as that market goes. You can see clearly that it's Decipher that made it. You can see what product number it is. It says 201 here. And then you can read the UPC. And believe it or not, that's an ISBN number that's there. I also opened up the fly, so you can read the inside of the fly where it says 95, the year that it was made, the ISBN and so forth, Decipher, all the information, and you can see clearly that the package is sealed and has not been opened. Then just for fluff, I took the Star Wars. Took another picture of the Star Wars. Another picture of the cards from a different angle. These are all just fluff to take up my pictures, because in my mind, the algorithm of eBay does lean towards the more pictures you have, the more item specifics you have, the more things you have written in the auction, and the greater degree of description you have matters, is my guess. I really don't know. My thing that I'm focusing on right now that seems to be making the most difference is right about, where is it? Item description. This part right here, where it says Star Wars mint sealed black border limited CCG booster pack lot ×10 Darth Vader. The subject line is the most important thing, and if you don't know that, you will find it out very, very soon. From what I understand, it's the first 5 words. Star Wars is the strongest selling point. Mint is going to be the next strongest selling point in this particular auction. Sealed is a strong thing, and the black border, for people that know this card game, they know they want the black border. They don't want the white border, because that's the one that is the lower of the two print runs. It was also the first of the print runs and so forth. So I do take a lot of time figuring out what I want my subject line to be. I do take a lot of time figuring out how I can write up things. Like I don't think there's anybody that has anything on their product that says anything besides set Star Wars and manufacturer decipher. So all of this other stuff, I'm the only person that's going to have that on there. And I even go so far as to put down featured artist and actor, because I'm hoping that somebody will search for one of those, see these cards. They may not even be a card buyer, but say, hey, you know what? I'm going to buy this just because it's something I don't have that deals with David Prowse, for instance, or Peter Cushing. So that's my little quick take on what all we've got for sale. Those are my top 5 things. I do appreciate everybody that took time to bid. I appreciate everybody now that is going to be doing some bidding on the auction. So let's see what wins. Let's see how high these things can go. Once again, thank you for tuning back into my YouTube channel, and I look forward to you subscribing and checking out more things as we